Hello.
Then. Now.
Countdown to the queens.
Episode number 500.
Forever.
Looks like hell throws over.
Without any more further ado,
Together.
let's jump straight into the show. Hello, and welcome to episode number 105 of the TEW IX Challenge Run. We're here for SmackDown for February 7th, 2025. We are on the first SmackDown following the Royal Rumble. Obviously, this is the brand which hosts the Women's Royal Rumble winner, Io Sky. She has claimed that she's made her decision, and we're going to find out what that decision is tonight. You know, whatever it may be. Who knows which champion she's going to choose to face at WrestleMania, but she's going to let us know at the end of tonight. Plus, we've got a lot of big matches set for the show. A United States Championship match, Bronson Reed defends against The Miz, Angelo Dawkins and Jacob Fatu one-on-one, and we have the Creed brothers taking on Aussie Open of the Learning Tree. So yeah, without any more further ado though, let's jump straight into the show. We start the show. Out comes Randy Orton and Ilya Dragunov. Randy, of course, made his return at the Royal Rumble, coming to the aid of Ilya, as the Hurt Business attempted to continue the assault on him after the show. He goes, "Man, is it great to be back here in San Antonio." Now, it's been a pretty long-ass time since I've made my way out here on SmackDown. A lot of things have changed since I was last around here, but a lot of things have not. One of those things that has changed, however, is the status of the World Heavyweight Championship. Because you see, months ago, when the Hurt Business were on their rise here on SmackDown, they were trying to take out everybody they could. They stuck me on my ass. They stuck Ilya on his ass. And they were doing whatever it is they could do to become the top dogs here on SmackDown. And Bobby Lashley, congratulations. After almost 20 years, you finally became a world champion. Sure, you came up, just a couple of years after me, and you've only just become a world champion for the first time while I've won 14 of the damn things. But who's counting, am I right? At the Royal Rumble, Bobby, my tag team partner, my friend, Ilya Dragunov, took you to your limit. Okay, a man half your size took the fight to the almighty Bobby Lashley, and you couldn't handle it anymore. So you continued after the match, and don't get me wrong, I've done some sick, twisted things in my day, so I'm not going to sit here and besmirch Bobby Lashley for continuing the attack on somebody that he knows he can't beat if they were to go one-on-one one more time. That's just the sort of thing I would do, but you see, when I'm out, and I've had my ass beat by this man, I'm going to want to come back and get my revenge. So, Bobby, Daddy's back. And here's what Daddy wants. Daddy wants you. And he wants that World Heavyweight Championship. I want to walk into WrestleMania as a 15-time World Champion. And I want to do that at Roadblock. I want to do that inside the UFC Apex when I beat your ass and become the new World Heavyweight Champion. Out comes MVP. Just MVP by himself, no members of the Hurt Business. He goes, "Randy, you've been back here for one night and already you're coming out here and you ain't shutting your dumb ass up. Okay? Did you not learn a lesson the last time you stepped into the ring with the Hurt Business and the almighty Bobby Lashley? We put you on your ass and you were out for months, Randy. And all the wear and tear that's been on your body over the years, God only knows, you can only take a few more of those big bumps before Father Time catches up to Daddy." But the almighty Bobby Lashley is the World Heavyweight Champion. The almighty Bobby Lashley will be the World Heavyweight Champion heading in to WrestleMania. And the almighty Bobby Lashley would love to defend the championship at Roadblock against you, Randy Orton. But I just don't know if it's on the cards. Because you see, Randy, you've been gone here for a long time. The landscape of SmackDown has changed. This is our yard now. And with you now back in our yard, let us welcome you to the Hurt Business rule. And then Ricochet slides in from behind. He low blows Randy. He just kicks him square in the dick. And he just, ha ha ha! As he starts laughing at him. Ilya Dragunov tries to attack Ricochet. Lashley cuts Ilya off with a spear. And then Ricochet just stands around, being a dickhead, shouting at Randy Orton as Lashley puts him in the Hurt Lock and he takes him down. And yeah, Bobby Lashley and Ricochet stand tall in the opening segment here on Raw. We then cut backstage to the GM's office. And Sami Zayn, he walks in, he goes, Adam, Nick. He goes, look who it is, Sami Zayn. The Royal Rumble runner-up. And Sami goes, you look, Adam, I know I shouldn't be feeling bad about myself, That performance I gave in the Royal Rumble, it was great. But I came this close to challenging for the World Heavyweight Championship at WrestleMania. And I blew it right at the death. This close to bringing the Royal Rumble victory over to SmackDown. And Adam Pearce goes, well, Seth Rollins, he's a hell of a competitor. And it's nothing to be ashamed of coming up short in the final two, Sami. Sami goes, but it is, Adam. And that's why I want to talk to you about this. Because the Royal Rumble is not my only path to WrestleMania. Okay, Bobby Roode, he announced this Iron Survivor Challenge for Roadblock. And I hear there's two SmackDown guys in that match, and I want to be in that match. I want another shot to go to WrestleMania and take that World Heavyweight Championship from Bobby Lashley. Adam Pearce is like, well, there are a number of superstars on SmackDown that I think deserve opportunities in that match, and I'm not going to rush into making any rash decisions, so I'm going to see what happens tonight, and, take into account tonight's performances as well as the performances of the Royal Rumble and just the past few months, and next week I will announce the competitors who will get the chance to qualify for the Iron Survivor Challenge. And Sami, I will take your great performance in the Royal Rumble under advisement. And Sami goes, it's great, Adam. Glad I could get that next shot, because one more shot is all I need. People have been writing Sami Zayn off my entire life. I need to come through for those people that have backed me this whole time. And then he goes to leave, and Oba Femi walks in. And he goes, move. And Sami Zayn does, of course, leave. And Oba Femi walks in. And Adam Pearce goes, can I help you? He goes, yeah, he's with me. Says Nick Aldis. And he goes, Oba. What a performance in the Royal Rumble, A dominating performance from one of NXT's top stars. That's the sort of thing that the Royal Rumble is all about. Appearances like yours, you never know what's going to happen. So, Oba, you impressed me. So as one of the general managers here on SmackDown, allow me to officially invite you and offer you a contract to be a part of the SmackDown roster. In fact, I got you a match tonight to spotlight your talents on this big stage. And yeah, welcome to the Blue Brand. And Oba Femi shakes his hand and he goes, I appreciate it and thank you for the opportunity. But let me make one thing perfectly clear. The rest of that locker room is going to hate you for unleashing the ruler on them all. So yeah, Oba Femi officially signed to SmackDown following his appearance in the Royal Rumble, plus, of course, Sami Zayn being the first person to plead for a spot in the Iron Survivor Challenge. But Adam Pearce says, next week we'll announce who's not even in it. We'll announce the qualifiers next week. So yeah. So tonight's a big night for, getting those last minute impressions in for that. 70 rated match, yep. Not much to it. I didn't want it to go too long because it's Bronson Reed against The Miz. What I just wanted was Bronson Reed to get a title match on this show because he wasn't in the Royal Rumble, and yeah, I needed him in the ring on this show for a reason. But yeah, Bronson Reed does make defense number 2 of the US title. He pins The Miz with a tsunami. 85 for Big Bronson Reed, and a 69 for The Miz. So yeah, Big Bronson Reed, still the United States champion. You know, he holds the championship up. He celebrates after he beats The Miz. As he goes to leave the ring, he like starts walking up the ramp. That's when the music of Oba Femi hits. And Oba, he swaggers his way out because his debut match is coming up next. And him and Big Bronson Reed go face to face. And he starts mouthing off at him. He goes, "There's a new ruler around here, big boy. It's me." And Bronson goes, first night on the job and you're taking swings. And Big Bronson Reed. "Okay, take a swing, kid. I dare you." And then they sort of just cross paths. Two big kaijus passing in the night. As Oba Femi has his, SmackDown debut match up next as we go to the commercial. We come back and he makes quick work of Max Heights. I just searched for a local worker who had good selling that Oba could just kill in 2 minutes. And it worked. 62 is actually pretty good. The crowd rating was a 19. Oba scored a 72 in his first match. Okay, buddy. Like he's not very. He's like 30, like 32-ish overness. So that is a fucking outrageous rating. I think it might have to do with his gimmick being, he gets bonuses for like squash matches and shit. But Jesus Christ. This is going to be easier than even I thought it was going to be. Yes, but Big Oba Femi defeats this local worker in his debut match here on SmackDown. We then cut to see Dakota Kai arriving. She's like, she like says hello to like some people backstage as she arrives. She opens her locker room door and then Candice is sat in there. And Dakota just tuts and rolls her eyes as she sees Candice. She goes, "Look, I know you probably don't want to see me after Saturday night." And Dakota goes, "Yeah, you think?" She goes, I was just trying to help. We saw what happened in the Royal Rumble, and that was what I didn't want to happen. So I was just trying to, prevent that. You gotta believe me. I didn't do it to try and screw you over. I'd never do such a thing to, you're like my one friend I still have here. Other than, obviously, Johnny, you're like the one person on this roster that I actually still care about. So I wouldn't try and fuck you over intentionally. And Dakota was the one who's a little bit aggy today. She's like, "But you do, because you did it at Saturday Night's main event. You did it at Cyber Sunday. And you did it at the Royal Rumble. I could have been I shouldn't even have been in the Royal Rumble to start with, because I should have been the Women's World Champion, but I'm not because you messed up. But even then, I didn't get to win the Royal Rumble because you messed up." Gacy goes, I felt like, we couldn't let EO win, because if EO wins, then it goes, "And what if EO wins, huh? What if EO wins?" Gacy goes, "What do you mean, what if EO wins? You know exactly what happens if EO wins. If EO wins that championship match, we're back all the way to square one, and everything that we did the past year and a half was a waste of time." Dakota goes, "I understand why you feel that way, but EO, she's not that person anymore." Cass goes, "Is she not? Or is she just pretending not to be so she can get that back? Can we afford to take that risk? No. You see, last year, I threw away my opportunity to go to WrestleMania and become the Women's World Champion because I knew you going to WrestleMania and beating EO was the right decision. I did what was best for this division and that championship and all of us. Just for once, I wish you'd do the same thing." The guy goes, "You know what? Forget it. Okay? Just stay in here. This is your locker room tonight. Just get out of my face." And Dakota storms out of the locker room and she walks down the hallway and she Shotzi just chilling. And Shotzi goes, "Dakota, you good?" He goes, I'm going through some stuff right now too, so I can understand where you're coming from. And Dakota sort of snaps back and she goes, "Can you though? Oh no, Shotzi's tank got painted pink 2 weeks ago. Oh boo-hoo. Okay? You don't understand what is happening. Okay, you're just trying to get yourself involved here for no reason." She goes, "Well, sorry for trying to be nice." And he goes, you know what would be nice? If you went out there tonight and I could kick your head off to try and relieve some of the stress. See you out there. And Shotzi's like, well, fuck me, I guess. So we then, like, we hear, like, before the segment can, like, completely fade away, Drew takes him, he goes, no, don't turn that, you get that camera on me right now. So, how was everybody Saturday night? I know a lot of you guys, you don't have a social life, so I know you were all in watching the Royal Rumble, watching wrestling on a Saturday night, because you don't really have anything else to do, so you know exactly why Drew McIntyre is out here right now. You see, the Royal Rumble, it was supposed to be my time. I was going to be the one who won the Royal Rumble match, punched my ticket to WrestleMania to finally get back the World Heavyweight Championship that slipped through my grasp and end the worst 8 months of my life. Back in Glasgow last year, I was supposed to be the World Champion, but I wasn't, because Swerve Scott on that night, he kept a hold of the championship, he beat Drew McIntyre. Fair and square, clean as a whistle. But what Swerve did to me and everybody else, he doesn't care about any of that. He walked around here just singing and dancing, saying, whose house is it? Well, guess what, bitch? This is always Drew McIntyre's house. And you learned that the hard way when you got in my face and I kicked your ass into those steel steps and I took away 3 months of your goddamn career. Just like you did to me. Because, Swerve, everything that I've become is everything that I didn't want to become, and I've become that because of you. You, Swerve, are my kryptonite. You are the reason I am who I am, and I'm not gonna rest until I can become who I truly need to be again, and that's the World Heavyweight Champion. But I can't be the World Heavyweight Champion if the man who made my life a misery still parades around here singing and dancing and is beloved by the people while doing so. That's when Swerve's music hits. He goes, Drew, you're sounding very angry right now. And Drew goes, you're damn right I'm angry, huh? Come down here and do something about it. And Swerve goes, oh, you want me to calm down there now? You want me to fight you right now? That's weird, because the last time you and I fought, you just admitted it ruined your life. So, not sure I'd want to do that again, unless you want me to finish the job this time, which I'm more than happy to do, Drew McIntyre. Because you tried to end me. Let's make one thing perfectly clear, Drew. All I did was retain my World Heavyweight Championship against a competitor who wasn't on my level. The fact it was your home country, your hometown, I don't give a damn, because I was the best damn wrestler in the world. And I still am that wrestler, and one day I will have that championship back in my grasp. But you, Drew, the measures you went to try and end me, to put an end to me because I was your big bad kryptonite, your evil boogeyman that you saw in the mirror every single night, that you blame this asshole that you've become on me. That's not where I'm not having that, Drew. That's where I draw the line. No one tries to put an end to my career without me doing something about it, because this house is Swerve's house. These people are Swerve's people, and you just can't get over the fact that they chose me over you. And Drew goes, I don't give a damn who they chose. The fact that these people chose you over me shows they've got no damn taste. I'm the man who led this company through the darkest period of this life. I'm the man who became world champion multiple times when somebody needed to step up. The least I could do is win that championship back, but I couldn't, Swerve, and it's all your fault. So now, you've showed your face back around here, and I need to owe you a receipt for eliminating me and ruining my moment at the Royal Rumble. So I say, let's fight right now. And Swerve's like, works for me. And they both just slam the mic down the floor and they storm towards the ring. Referees and securities are rushing out, going, no, don't you dare. We can't be having this. Not now, not now. Swerve then shoves security down. He gets into the ring. He leaps on Drew, starts raining punches down on him. and him and Drew just get into a fight. You know, they get pulled apart, one in one corner, one in the other corner, and then eventually, you know, security does take them away and breaks up the fight. But yes, big issues between Swerve and Drew here. Drew was blamed Swerve for his life falling apart, basically, from Clash at the Castle and beyond. And yeah, it's not going to end nicely, I'm sure. Speaking of not ending nicely, the New Day appear. Oh, they did us backstage. Big E's here this week, and he approaches Kofi. And Kofi's a little dejected. He goes, I, as the only New Day representative in the Royal Rumble, I did my best, you know, to get to win that match and get Woods, or us, or me, or you, our championship back. But I don't know what came over me, man. You know, it's a Royal Rumble saving spot. I've done those a million times before. Just something was off about Saturday night. I don't know what it was. But he goes, Kof, you know, I know Woods isn't here right now, so I can't really speak for him, but I'm pretty sure I can of how long we've known each other. You did your best, Kof. We're not going to hold it against you. I couldn't even be in the Royal Rumble match. Woods, he wasn't in the Royal Rumble match either. You did a whole lot better than we did, Kofi. But, I understand what's going through your mind and why you feel how you feel. It's because of Neville. This guy, he's bad news. I don't exactly know what he wants with us or what his problem is with us, but, how you're feeling right now is exactly what he wants. You're feeling dejected and disappointed in your slip up at the Royal Rumble. He's somewhere over the moon with it. You can't let the power of Neville's negativity win. Because that's not what the New Day does. Kofi goes, you're right, E. I guess just without Woods around, it's a little bit harder to maintain that power of positivity. And B goes, listen, we're all trying to get in contact with Woods. You know, he's been silent for a long time since he lost the World Heavyweight Championship, but I'm sure we'll see him. When we need him the most, I'm sure he'll be here. We then cut to Carmelo Hayes. And he's just pacing around backstage. He goes, congratulations, Pete. Wow, what a win. Big dub for Pete Dunne. Okay, when was the last time anyone can say big W for Pete Dunne? Okay? You didn't do it fair and square because you're not on my level and you never were and you never will be. But hey, it's a nice little victory for you to put in your cap. I say you beat Carmelo Hayes. You tried to avenge your embarrassing 5-minute World Championship reign defeat. I see it. I actually kind of respect it, Pete. But I hope for damn sure 2 things. One is that you don't think I'm going to take that and let that be it between you and I. The second is I damn sure hope you don't walk around here thinking you're better than me because you cheated to get a victory over me. Because that ain't how it works about here, boy. I'm him. I'm the man who gets the job done around here, not you, Pete. Your name may be done, but you can't get it done. I am. I hear about this Iron Survivor gimmick we got coming up at Roadblock. That feels like the perfect shot for me to take to get back my World Heavyweight Championship. And we all know what happens, or what I should say, doesn't happen when I shoot. So enjoy this little win, Pete. I'm sure it means a lot to a jobber like you. Oh, 85. Yeah, let's go. Angry Dakota gets an 85 rated match out of Shotzi. Big. Dakota obviously wins with the Scorpion Kick in 11:57. 88 for Dakota, 70 for Shotzi. And you can kind of see after the match. Dakota delivers a stiff, Scorpion Kick to Shotzi's head and pins her. But, after the match, as soon as the bell rings, she sort of looks down. You can see she is well, fuck, I was a little bit angry tonight. I was big mad. I've just kicked Shotzi in the head for basically no reason. And you can see he does look a little bit sorry. He's like, but you know, shit happens. It is wrestling. You know, you can't be too apologetic for attacking somebody. It's a wrestling match. We then cut to Neville in his Neville dark room, and he's just chuckling to himself. And he goes, "Wise words, Biggie. You told Kofi exactly what he needs to hear. Isn't he so lucky to have a friend like you during these times? Because, with your other friend nowhere to be found, it sure is a lot good for Kofi, and he sure is lucky to have you, E. Because God knows what would happen if he didn't. This new day, power of positivity. You've tried to persevere through everything I've thrown at you. I'm not going to lie. I've gained a little bit, a tiny little bit of respect for it. Because truly, no matter how dark and dire things may be, you, Biggie, you sure do keep that positivity up. It's almost commendable if it wasn't so pathetic. So, Kofi, Woods, E, it's about time we made a decision on what's going on here. See you next week." Then cut from that to Dakota. You know, she's back, she's following her win, and she bumps into Johnny Gargano. And then he goes, "Hey, you know, great match out there tonight." And Dakota goes, "Yeah, you know, I sort of felt bad about it now, you know. Shotzi, she's in the wrong place at the wrong time. I need to blow off some steam, okay? I'm sure there's times where you've been, you know, you're married to the woman, so I'm sure you must need to blow off steam sometimes." And Johnny goes, "Yes, I get it. Again, nobody gets that more than me, Dakota. But I really do think you need to talk to Candice." She goes, I'm sure I do, but we've just done this so many times, you know. We mess up, we apologize. That happens again, and we apologize, and it just appears that it's nothing is working. You know, no matter what we do, we just end up arguing every single time. And Johnny goes, "I'll tell you what. I just spoke to Candice, so now I'll say the same thing to you. What I think you girls need to do is, you know, take your mind off this, you know. Maybe take a week or two off, you know, clear your head. Just you two together. No Queendom, no SmackDown, no WWE, no wrestling. And just, you know, find the root of the problem and kill it." And Dakota goes, "Huh. You know, I never really thought about it like that. You know, I'm glad you're on this brand, Johnny. I don't know what I'd do if you weren't here to, you know, keep us both sane." And he goes, "Hey, I try." And he goes, No, seriously, I do try. Like, very hard." And she goes, "I'll go talk to your wife." And she goes, "Great. I've got a heat match. So, I'll be sticking around, but, you know, feel free to leave whenever with Candice. No, I don't need her to stick around for heat or velocity or whatever." She goes, "Yeah, sure. Thanks, Johnny." And she leaves. We then cut to Kayla Braxton in the interview area. Her guest is Charlotte Flair. Kayla goes, "Charlotte, you know, what a wild few months it's been for you, and, you know, we're coming off of the Royal Rumble where you promised to be the first two-time Women's Royal Rumble winner, and your run, you had a good, impressive run in the Royal Rumble, but, you know, you didn't really come close to winning." You can see Kayla sort of, like, nervous as she sort of says this to Charlotte. Charlotte sort of just turns to her and she goes, "No, Kayla, you're right. You know, past versions of me probably would have been angry of you bringing this up, but I think I needed to hear it tonight. Because the last few months have been humbling for me, to say the least. You know, ever since I came to WWE, nearly a decade ago at this point. Wow, has it really been that long? I've become 12-time women's champion. You know, that championship, wherever it goes, I go. And it's sort of come to the point where you hear this said a lot in this industry, and it's hit hard for me recently because I'm starting to believe it's true for me. I don't know who Charlotte Flair is if she's not the women's champion. And sure, I would like to get that championship back, but for the first time in my career, it's truly felt like I've never been further away from the women's championship. And it's never felt more like I have to earn the right to call yourself women's champion. After Fatal Influence walk in, and Fallon goes, "Look at Charlotte pouring her heart out, you know, like an actual human being and not the robotic android Charlotte Flair we've listened to the last 9 years." It's almost staggering in how pathetic it is, because this is the great Charlotte Flair, you know, the woman who was feared amongst everybody. But now here we are, walking up to Charlotte, and we're walking all over her. Because I'll tell you who you should be if you're not the champion, Charlotte. If you're never going to be the champion, you should just quit. Why are you still here? We're done with Charlotte. We've evolved past the need for Charlotte Flair. When you've got girls like us on the rise. I've done more for Aaliyah than you ever did. And Zelina, she's been underrated and waiting for an opportunity for years now, because you were taking all those opportunities. You and your kind taking all those opportunities away from girls like her. Charlotte just laughs and she goes, "Cute. You know, you've been practicing that promo for a long time, haven't you, Fallon? I'll tell you what. I need to get my head back in the game and remind the world who the hell I am. So how about tonight, one of you girls steps up to me and I'll put you down in your place and remind the world who the damn queen is around here." And Zelina steps forward and she goes, "Great. It's gonna be so good to let the world know that the great Charlotte Flair is a fraud." So yeah, tonight, Zelina Vega, Charlotte, 1-on-1. 90 rating. Bang! Let's go. Angelo lost, but it doesn't matter because he had a fucking 90 rated match. Huge. But yeah, Sheik and Fatu, he does pick up the victory over Angelo Dawkins with a Samoan drop in 12:32. And that's a very impressive performance, I should say. You know, hypothetically, when Adam Pearce said he's looking out for the best performers on this show for the Iron Survivor, you know, Jacob Fatu, he cooked. You know, there's no two ways about it. Then see Daniel Bryan. He's sitting in his little training ring at his dojo place. You know, the Creeds obviously aren't there because they've got a match tonight. And he says, "On Saturday night, I felt the roar of the crowd. I felt it all in what could have been my final Royal Rumble match. Now, as you all know, my full-time career is coming to an end at WrestleMania this year, but that doesn't mean that will be the last you've seen of Daniel Bryan. And I come here and sit here right now and I realize that my path to WrestleMania, it was a fairy tale all those years ago, but fairy tales only happen once. But there are plenty of other ways to get to WrestleMania. The Royal Rumble is apparently just something I can never win. It's my holy grail, my white whale that I'll never achieve. Stuff happens. We move on. So I see this Iron Survivor thing. That feels like something that I can get involved with. That feels like something right in the alley of Daniel Bryan. So, Pearce, one final ride for that World Championship opportunity. What do you say?" We then cut back to Candice LeRae in her locker room. And the door opens and Dakota walks in and Candice just like side-eyes her. And she goes, I spoke to your husband. And Cass goes, oh yeah. Because he was right, you know. This, you know, every single week it seems now, we just come to this arena and we start shouting at each other. It's getting almost uncontrollable. And I hate us being like this after everything that we've been through, you know. So, he was right. I'm sorry. Hopefully for the final time. Candice goes, yeah, I guess I'm sorry too. Yeah, I got carried away at the Royal Rumble. And Kurt goes, anyway, so he said that what we should do is, you know, we should probably take a week or two off from here, you know, clear our minds, clear everything, and kill the root of our problem. And Cass is like, kill the root of our problem. That's Johnny, alright. That sounds like him. But yes, I agree. We should take care of the root of our problem, because if we take care of the root of our problem, then there'll be no problems, right? Okay, goes, yeah, sounds good. So, do you want to go? Cass like, sure. We need to take care of the root of our problem. Kyrie video package. She's talking about her performance in the Rumble, specifically her eliminating the Megasis. You know, obviously she's speaking, but it's in Japanese and subtitled. And she says, for months, for a year, Cammy and Queendom Omega have made my life hell. Made my career miserable. They've taken out my friends. They've taken out me. The pirate princess who was always inside me, who fought to the death for everything, has now been scared to come out because Cammy and Queendom Omega want this to be the case. But at the Royal Rumble, it felt so good to be back out there with these people on my side, believing in me, especially when I eliminated the Megasis. The unstoppable Megasis, the great Liberty champion nobody can touch. I can. I can touch her. I can eliminate her single-handedly. She's not as scary as Cammy likes to make her out to be. You took Asuka. You took Io. But you'll never take me. I'll fight this war to the death. Because it's the least I can do after everything you've done to me and my career. Cammy, Megasis, Queendom Omega. The pirate princess has been reborn. And this time, I will not stop until I take care of you. '84. Carmenel match, sure. It's another L for a failure influence woman, but it's fine. It's a good match. It's a good spotlight for her. Charlotte does win though. She pins Zelina Vega in 12:35. 89 for Charlotte, 67 for Zelina. So yeah, nice win for the Queen. Woo. We get a replay of the Royal Rumble and some of the biggest moments of the Royal Rumble, including the appearance of Big Boom AJ and him and Jey Uso eliminating Chris Jericho from the Royal Rumble. And then obviously we cut back and Kayla Braxton is with Chris Jericho. Again it goes, Chris, the Royal Rumble didn't exactly go your way. You know, you went at number 4. You were the first man out eliminated in that match, and you were eliminated at the hands of Big Boom AJ of the Costco guys. And Jericho just turns around and he goes, thank you, Kayla. Hi, guys. So, the Royal Rumble, it wasn't my night. But that's fine, because who's standing here smiling on a Friday night? It's not Big Boom AJ. It's not any of those Costco guys. It's not Big Justice. It sure as hell ain't the Rizzler. It's the Learning Tree. Because Big AJ, he learned the hard way what happens when you mess with the Learning Tree. And that's, you get a big Gunther chop to the chest and eliminated from the Royal Rumble before you can even hit your spots. Could you see, Kayla? He tried to power boom me. Big Boom AJ tried to power boom Chris Jericho. I knew that wasn't gonna happen. Because Big Boom AJ will never power boom Chris Jericho. But as for WrestleMania, I still have one more ticket to get there, and that's the Iron Survivor Challenge. So when Adam Pearce puts me in one of the qualifiers for that, I'm going to win, and I'm going to go to Vegas and win that and get a shot at the World Championship at WrestleMania. All while Big Boom AJ is eating double chocolate cookies on TikTok. And Kayla goes, Chris, I don't want to be that person to bring it up, but Adam Pearce said that qualifiers for the Iron Survivor were based on recent success and good performances and how strong and competitive you've looked in the World Championship scene. You were the first person eliminated in the Royal Rumble and haven't really won much of anything else outside of that, so what makes you think you're even going to get a chance to qualify for the Iron Survivor? Jericho just glares across at him and says, I miss when the interviewers around here never spoke. Bye, guys. We then cut to Randy Orton and Ilya Dragunov in the doctor's office. You know, they're getting checked up. And Randy stands up. He goes, oh, I just can't believe, after all these weeks away, all these months away, and I come back here, coming to beat some Hurt Business ass, and who do I see being a little slimy little worm? Ricochet, that guy that used to walk around here. He did the flips. He was the good guy who you'd see do all the dives, because that was his spot on the roster. Now he's out here kicking Randy Orton in the nuts, thinking he's a member of the Hurt Business, like he's some sort of tough guy, because he ain't ever been a bigger punk in his life. So, Ricochet, you want to take that sneak attack on me? Or how about it, next week, you and I one-on-one in that ring, and when I get my hands on you, and when I put you down with the 3 most dangerous letters in sports entertainment, then I go to Roadblock, and I do the same to the almighty Bobby Lashley, and I go into WrestleMania as the World Heavyweight Champion. That's when the Mercy Machine Guns walk in, because Randy, you seem awfully busy and, emotional right now, but me and Chris just wanted to, welcome you back, and, welcome you and Ilya back to the tag team division here on SmackDown, because you see, when we won the championships before Pretty Deadly got involved, we took them from you, and we've been waiting for that rematch ever since that day. There's been people getting involved. In fact, our next defense is against the Creed brothers or Aussie Open, whoever wins tonight. We just wanted to let you know that we'll still be waiting. Whether you are the World Heavyweight Champion or not, the business between us for these championships, it's not over yet. And Randy and Ilya just look at each other. And Randy goes, thanks, gents. We'll see you soon. We then cut to the ring. And Queen Omega are in the ring. Okay, he goes, well, so the Royal Rumble was the tale of 2 events for Queendom Omega. As you can see behind me, Utami Hayashishita, my queen, still the women's world champion. Asuka put down in the dirt. We ain't gonna see her. She's not even gonna be at WrestleMania because she dead stepped to us. Okay, when will these idiots learn what happens when you step to Queendom Omega? I hear our old friend Io is making her decision about WrestleMania tonight. And I told her at the Royal Rumble, and I'll tell you again right now, it's not too late to change your mind, because what happened to Asuka will happen to you again, and you won't even make it to WrestleMania. But as for the Royal Rumble itself, it was our night to stop EO. And we didn't do it. Now, I can't blame any one of you girls individually. You all did your part. But, it was the appearances of EO and that Kairi. Kairi's not dead. Kairi's still getting up in our business after months of us beating her down and beating her down and beating her down. But she's not gonna quit. I actually have to commend Kairi for the first time in my life. She sure as hell doesn't know when to quit. But, neither did Asuka, and Asuka didn't quit, and how did that work out for her? So that's Kairi's future too. But as for the Women's World Championship, it still remains in our possession. It still remains around the shoulders of the true queen here on SmackDown. That's when Shayna Baszler's music hits and her and Carmella come out. Shayna goes, whoa, 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 you love to talk, don't you? Okay? Because I've got a lot of things I need to say. First of all, you must have forgotten last week when I choked that bitch within an inch of her life. And when your precious queen checked up on her, she caught a stiff knee right to the nose. In fact, you can honestly say that at the Royal Rumble, Utami's victory came because Asuka couldn't quite get that poison mist in her face. And she couldn't get that poison mist in her face because of that nose protection she was forced to wear because I busted your little champion's nose up. So, if you think about it, I actually helped you keep a hold of the Women's World Championship at the Royal Rumble. And Cammy goes, what are you doing out here, Shayna? She goes, isn't it obvious? You know, I'm sick and damn tired of Io and Utami and Charlotte, and there's these three queens walking around here on SmackDown. Who's the true queen? The Queen of Spades. That's who's the true queen around here, and I proved that by busting the champion's nose, as I've said before. Because you can keep looking over it all you want, but what I proved last week is that me and your queen were to go 1-on-1. It doesn't end so well for Utami. Cammy goes, Shayna, you've definitely been racking up a lot of wins here on SmackDown. It's been quite impressive to watch, actually, because I know I and a lot of other people forgot about you and you weren't around here for so long. We thought Shayna would never come back, but then here you are, you come back with Carmella by your side, and you have this hot new tag team thing. But, it's good to know the old Shayna is still in there somewhere. But in regards to you thinking you've got what it takes to step to the queen, anybody can get one lucky shot off. Okay? You got one lucky knee strike when Utami was being a good friend checking out on her sire. But you stand toe-to-toe, face-to-face with her in the middle of the ring and she sees that knee coming. You can't get that flush knee strike off, and you can't do that again. And Shay just shrugs and goes, do you want to prove it? You know, I know a damn thing or two about UFC Apex. That's where I hear Roadblock is. And, last I checked, you need to make one more defense of that championship before you make it to WrestleMania. So you ain't even going to make it to WrestleMania because I'm going to snatch that chain of yours at Roadblock. Cammy goes, oh, that's a tough challenge. It's actually refreshing to see someone like you come out and challenge us for that championship. But, Saya here, she's been thinking about last week a lot and how you and Carmella 2-on-1 assaulted her in that handicap match. I don't think that's fair. So if you can put down our sire right now, then we'll consider Roadblock. Shayna goes, great, bring that bitch over here. And then Saya, gets in Shayna's face, slaps her in the face, tries to get at her. And we do get the match 1-on-1 this time, no handicap bullshit. Saya against Shayna Baszler. Gets an 82. And Shayna does win in 12:31 by pinfall. 57 for Saya, 82 for Shayna Baszler. We then cut back. Candice and Dakota, they're there. They're leaving. They've packed their bags and they're going to go leave. Man, it feels weird to be leaving the show early, but I guess it really is for the best. And then Candice goes, oh, hold on. Johnny's got a velocity match tonight, so we need to go, run something by him real quick about something to do. But go wait in the car and I'll catch up to you. And she walks off and goes, Johnny just said he didn't need you out there tonight. Then Ember Moon appears. Goes, hey. She goes, hey Ember, how you doing? She goes, so Candice has been a little cuckoo recently. And I just want you to know, I had this conversation with her, I'm going to have it with you right now. We've been through a lot together, so obviously I'm pulling for the two of you. But friendships, sometimes it's better to let them crumble apart and focus on yourself. And Takaya goes, sure, you're right. I'd do anything to be the women's world champion again right now, but I don't want to just throw my friends to the side. That would make me a bitch. And Ember Moon goes, yeah, that's the problem, is that a lot of people aren't gonna like it. But sometimes it's what has to be done. I've had this conversation with Candice, and Candice seems to, she wants to keep this friendship alive, so more power to her. And more power to you, Dakota. Because if you two are going to be too focused on being buddy-buddy, that leaves a spot open in this division that I can snatch from you. Because, I still owe you from Evolution last year and you ruining my return. Okay, I goes, yeah. I'd love to run it back with you, Ember, at some point. But right now, I think me and Candice, it's best for us to take a leave for a week or two. And she leaves. And Ember Moon's like, sure it is. Good luck, ladies. I genuinely mean it. '90 rating. Banger. The Creed brothers defeat Aussie Open. Why the fuck are both these teams scoring so high? Okay, that's nice though. Good. But yes, Brutus Creed pins Kyle and Rogers in 14:02. So yes, they will challenge Mercy Machine Guns for the Tag Team Championships next week. 88 for Brutus Creed, 80 for Julius Creed, 85 for Brad Sawyer, 78 for Kyle and Rogers. So yeah, that's another big match added to next week's show. Speaking of next week's show, there it is, the aforementioned, as we just learned, WWE Tag Team Championships will be on the line as the Motor City Machine Guns make the next defense of their Tag Team Championships when they face Brutus and Julius Creed. And Randy Orton, he's on a quest to get that World Heavyweight Championship from Bobby Lashley. His first stop is taking on another member of the Hurt Business, the man who went low on him tonight, that being Ricochet. Randy Orton and Ricochet one-on-one on next week's SmackDown. Plus, we now have officially got confirmation, breaking news I guess, for Roadblock. Our first confirmed match for that show will be for the Women's World Championship, as the champion Utami Hayashishita defends the championship against somebody who knows the UFC Apex all too well, Shayna Baszler, the woman who broke Utami's nose last week. On SmackDown, they're going to get their chance to face off for the World Championship on the final stop before WrestleMania in Vegas. We're in Vegas before Vegas. We then cut to the ring. Kayla Braxton's out in the ring. And she says, "Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the 2025 Women's Royal Rumble winner, Iyo Sky. Out comes Iyo. And she comes out. And Kayla's like, Iyo, you've got until Roadblock to make your decision on which women's champion you want to face at WrestleMania, but you made it perfectly clear a couple of days ago on social media. You've made your choice, and the floor is all yours, Iyo. WrestleMania 41. What's in the cards? And Iyo was... first of all, she takes the mic. The crowd's like, you deserve it. Clap, clap, clap. Cheering her on after her victory. And she's like, I thought for days after I won the Royal Rumble, should I challenge Ruby for the ECW Championship? Should I test myself? Should I face Jade Cargill for the WWE Women's Championship? But it was perfectly clear what I had to do. Kayla, at WrestleMania, Iyo Sky wins back the Women's World Championship. Big pop. Iyo, Iyo, Iyo. And King goes, there you have it. The decision is made. Iyo is not wasting any time making her decision at WrestleMania. Iyo Sky will challenge for the Women's World Championship. But will it be the current champion, Utami Hayashishita, or will it be Shayna Baszler? We'll find out at Roadblock on March 1st. But for now, Iyo, the road to WrestleMania is all yours. And then we see someone slide into the ring, like in a black hoodie with a kendo stick in her hand. And Kayla spots it, like, Iyo, look out, look out. And she turns around, and Iyo just eats a kendo stick shot to the stomach. And this person continues to just wail kendo stick shots on Iyo. Iyo screams in pain as this person just continues to absolutely unload kendo stick shots. And then they pull the hoodie down, and it is, of course, Candice LeRae. Candice just stares a hole through Iyo on the floor. She continues to just unload, the sickest kendo stick shots you've ever seen in your life. She goes out from under the ring, she grabs chairs, she starts unloading chairs, she grabs a pair of handcuffs, she handcuffs Iyo against the ropes, and she just starts getting in her face. She goes, I told you, you were never gonna get it back. This is what has to be done. I wish I could say I'm sorry, but I'm not. You deserve every second of this. And she just starts waylaying chair shots on Iyo. Referees and shit come out. Candice takes steel chairs to every single referee that comes out. She wipes them all out as well. And she continues she busts Iyo open. Iyo gets blood. Candice smears her hand. She smears Iyo's blood all over her face. Her hair's a mess. She continues the sick assault on Iyo. She even goes outside. She grabs a cinder block at one point. And she hovers over you, threatens to smash Iyo with the cinder block, but that is when Adam Pearce and Nick Aldis run out and they pull it out of their hands. They go, what the hell are you doing? Get out of here. And they unhandcuff Iyo, and Iyo is left laying in a bloody heap on the floor. Candice just walks out, just laughing to herself maniacally as she walks out and to the back. And then, the medics come out. Adam Pearce and Nick Aldis are out there checking on Iyo, and she ends up getting stretchered away. And we follow her to the back. They clear the way, as just the bloody body of Iyo is stretchered through the back and to the parking lot into an ambulance, where we just see we follow the ambulance as it drives off. But I imagine the camera shot is we do one of those one camera shots following the stretcher as it takes Iyo away, and then the ambulance is right on the entrance to the parking lot to the arena. So we put her in there. Then as the ambulance drives off, we cut to a side view of the ambulance driving away. But then as the ambulance leaves the frame, the camera pans across to a nearby car where Dakota just sat there waiting in the driver's seat, and she sees the ambulance lights flash as she's on her phone. She sort of looks and goes, "What the hell just happened there?" And we just hear the car door open and slam shut. And Dakota's like, "Hey, did you do what you needed to do?" And she turns around and Karen just sat in the passenger seat. Blood on her face, her hair all messed up, covered in front of her face. And she just turns around to Dakota, slowly smiling. She said, "I took care of the problem." And then we just zoom in on Dakota's very stressed, concerned face as SmackDown goes off the air. 87. Sure. What matters more, though, is what you thought of the show. Do let me know in the comments below, and I'll see you on the other side for Velocity. Velocity kicks off with the start of the new Speed Championship number 1 contenders tournament. We're going to have all 4 first round matches tonight. That's a hot interview start for you. Interview? What the fuck am I? Tournament start for you. Dudley Davis against Uriah Connors is the first match of the tournament. Dudley advances, he wins in the Dudley device in 4 minutes and 2. 86 for Dudley, 37 for Uriah. Velocity has sort of become Dudley's home for the last bit. I'm sure I can factor him into ECW again at some point, but for now, Velocity is where, the cruiserweights that aren't currently planned on TV go. It's not necessarily a demotion, fucking Johnny Gargano is on it this week, so it's fine. Another 70 rated match, because, these are 5-minute matches. Mark Andrews defeats Anthony Nese in 3:53 for Dragon Suplex, so he will actually face Dudley in the next round. 79 for Mark Andrews, 64 for Anthony Nese. The next match doesn't get a 70. It's Hook against Hakorn Sugars, and it is Hook who wins with the Red Rum in 12:31, 2:31 even. Both men score 63s. Okay, sure. I guess because Hook's in a shorter match, he does better. Yeah, noted. And then the final tournament match gets a 60. And Oni Lorcan defeats Flamita with a half stranglehold in, it says 5:09, I guess 5 whatever. 5:11. Not 11, what am I going back? 4:51 is what I meant to say. 68 for Oni Lorcan, 67 for Flamita. So yeah, next round we've got Hook and Oni and Dudley and Mark Andrews. Then cut back to David Martin, the Speed Champion, backstage after that tournament, and the number 1 interviewer Funaki approaches him and he says, "Champion, David, tournament is underway. How are you feeling?" And he goes, "I'm going to be honest, Funaki. I'm not really moved by anyone I just saw. I've already proven that I'm the best British wrestler. I've already proven that I'm the best at Japanese strong style and the best at lucha, so it doesn't matter who wins. I'm going to come out on top and I'm going to still be the Speed Champion because I'm the best wrestler when it comes to wrestling matches 5 minutes or below. So yeah, whoever it is, let him be known." 79, just a quick singles match. Roderick Strong defeats Zachary Ben-Shahar in 9 minutes and 50 with a stronghold. 76 for Roddy, 71 for Zachary Ben-Shahar. And a 90 rated main event for Velocity. Johnny Gargano defeats Angel Garza by submission in 17:47 with a Croston Crab. 79 for Johnny, 93 for Garza. Garza is another one who hasn't been doing anything recently, so he sort of just found his home on Velocity. But, in terms of Garza, he has a tag team partner who has been injured. So, when that guy is ready to come back, I'm sure Garza can find himself a spot on SmackDown again. But who knows when that could be. But yes, for now, that ends Velocity. Gets an 84. Sure. What matters more is what preview for the show, mainly of SmackDown. I'll see you next time for Raw, where we'll find out who Raw's 2 representatives in the Men's Iron Survivor Challenge. See you then.